tend the garden with me. We have so many.
Hey guys, welcome to Saxlingham and the beautiful February, first day of February here in the UK as we start our new journey in this series. We're going to refer to as Arse Deep, Cows, Crops and Clangers. Clangers being allegedly being UK slang for mistakes. So hopefully we don't have too many clangers and we won't have to say that word ever again. But we are arse deep. We're arse deep in debt. We're arse deep in property. We're arse deep in good times and dark skies and all the rest of the stuff. So anyways, we just signed all of our paperwork. So as you can see, our bank account is looking a little puffy, I guess. How else to say it? We have $891,000 in there. Let me show you quickly what that is actually, what that entails so we can sort of set the tone here. When we came over from France and my friend's farm there in Paligny, we had about $241,000 in the bank. I borrowed $2 million. I currently have a loan for $2 million, as you can see right there. It's a 10-year or 120-month loan with a monthly payment of $22,600. That loan is at 6%, and I have it set where I can make as many lump sum payments in as whatever dollar amount I want throughout the year to pay this out, as soon as I possibly can. All right, so there's arse deep in debt at $2 million. Now, why can't we just take the $891,000 and cut our loan in half? Well, we don't really have much, and we got to build a farm. So here's what we own. All right, all up in the sort of like the northwest end of town, I guess. We have the farm, which if you're just seeing this episode and you've never actually seen anything on the channel, I'd encourage you to hit pause or stop or whatever. Go back and watch. Where did we start? We started in the UK on Comsden, which became Oakbridge, and that was Saving Uncle Pete. That was the first chapter in this saga of European travel. We then moved from the UK to where did we go there? We went to Poland. We had an opportunity in Poland to buy a small farm. Well, we built the farm anyways. But through some unfortunate circumstances, of which you have to find out when you go and watch, I had to escape Poland with my life. And I made it to the beautiful French region of Paligny, where we spent a bit of time watching over a friend's farm while he was tending to some things back in Canada. So we went from Saving Uncle Pete to my life in Poland to my friend's farm, but my friend inevitably came back. So after a small micro series in France, we've now dug deep here in the land of Saxlingham with the help of Walter, who has a bit of a backstory there going all the way back to the beginning. But over time, I'll tell you more about Walter. But with some connections, we've cut a deal and we've moved to Saxlingham. So this is what we bought. We have a farm here, of which I will give you another tour, but we have done a brief tour, anyways, in my friend's farm when we came to visit. But so I have a farm here, which has 2 wheat fields. So that's right here. It had 2 grass fields, which are over here. And then we cut a deal with the farmer who had the property right next to our property and purchased this sugar beet field here. So the initial purchase, which was the 2 wheat fields, the land, some equipment, what you're going to see, and then I'll tell you some details about that, and these grass fields, that was $950,000. And then we bought this piece of land here for $400,000. So by the time we took the $2 million, transferred the money for the real estate transaction, we were left with $650,000. Add back in the $241,000 that was already in our bank, and we're sitting with $891,000. I love those large money transactions that are done in a shipping container office behind a building. But anyways, that's all good. I am experiencing some glitching, and I've spent quite a bit of time driving around the map in order to. Sorry. Let's remember to go on the correct side of the road here. But yeah, I've spent quite a bit of time trying to get shaders to load in here. This is being recorded after the update and subsequent patch, so whatever that means. And I'm sort of new into the map here, so we'll see. We'll see if we experience much glitching. But anyway, so the goal of the series would be to not lose our farm to the bank, or actually, it's not even to the bank. So we borrowed it from a private lender. That Walter. So Walter is a farmer I met back in the UK on my first trip to the UK back in Comsden, which became Oakbridge. Walter was a massive landowner and had a lot of opportunity and for us, and I think essentially treated us like I was his long lost son. He created a lot of opportunity for us, so that was really good. He's the one that created the opportunity for us to go to Poland, which turned out to be a bit of a nightmare, but that was my fault. Well, was it my fault? I don't know. Go back and watch and you tell me. And then he had lent me some money to bankroll me to get me to Poland, and once I paid him off, he then presented this opportunity to me where he had an uncle that was okay. Well, we got to go to the store. We got to spend some money. But anyways, so he had an uncle that was drowning in debt, and rather than seeing him fed to the wolves, I cut the deal with Walter, bought the farm. Walter's dealt with the creditors or debitors or whatever they are, and now we're the proud owners of the farm. And now I don't know where his uncle is, but who cares? Anyways, that's the Walter story. Nice old guy. We'll probably talk to him from time to time. But this is our all us now. We owe the $2 million to a private lender he hooked us up with, and this is ours to break. So there's our sugar beet field. My initial estimation says that this will take a hell of a long time to harvest, and it's basically ready to harvest. So we gotta get the equipment for that, the topper or whatever, the thing that takes the foliage off, and then the thing that pulls the sugar beets right out of the ground. And then we'll probably just send them right to the farmer's market to sell. I don't have a way to store them, and I'm not interested in getting into productions. I don't believe in this endeavor here. We're going to try to do it all with cash crops and a mix of cash crops and cow activity, dairy cows. So, all right, I feel like I'm jumping all over the place. What else do I miss here? So this is the farm. If you did not see our visit to the farm in the episode of my friend's farm, where we did make a trip from France to here, I think it was 11-hour drive, something like that, through the tunnel, through the traffic, all that stuff. I'll tell you, so it's the beginning of February. I actually made the drive yesterday, but the second day of January, and was just exhausted by the time I got here. So I only had enough time to really dump I took the stuff off my truck and dumped everything in the shed over here, and then went to bed. Then I made sure to get up nice and early so I could get the paperwork done, so I could officially own the place, because I did have the keys prior to actually owning it. But here, let's go in here and I'll show you what we have, and maybe we can decide what we need. I already know a couple things that we need. So as part of the deal, if you recall, on our tour, we discovered that we have this Unimog here, which was in disarray, huge engine hours. The thing was shutting off. It needed some massive amount of work. We had this Merlot. Somebody please tell me how. I don't want to sound like I'm talking about wine all the time. Let's call it Merlot. So we had the Merlot, and then we had the Ford, not to mention a couple trailers. So the Ford got cleaned up, serviced, and pretty much was as is. The motor on that thing was like a bullet, whatever. The Merlot and the Unimog, part of my offer was to at least get engines rebuilt, short of throwing in some new engines or whatever. So I did have a look. This thing's down to 11 hours. I want to say we were 300 hours or something. So I gotta ask Walter what they did. I know they did a lot of work to this thing, and there is a new motor in it, a new to me motor, I guess. But so I haven't driven it yet, but by all accounts, this thing should drive like a brand new vehicle. They did get it cleaned up and serviced also. I never took note of the Unimog. 47 hours, and I want to say this thing was like 300 or 400 hours too. So that's good news. So we're going to be able to use the Unimog. We'll be able to use the telehandler and with hopefully without any issue for a while. So what came with me from France? I brought my Porsche. I brought my mower. This thing has been with us since we bought it on a steal back in Oakbridge. It's changed its look. I mean, when we first got it, it was essentially a barn find. I think I picked up for like $4,000. And we had it painted, if you recall. My friend or not friend, to be determined, back in Spakovo, Lek, he had this painted for me, so it looks fantastic. We brought our trailer here, and we brought our Mack truck. So just on a note on these, I was kind of thinking on the drive, well, once I get there, I'll get these things cleaned up, and then we'll just probably get them sold, because when am I ever going to use this? But we're dealing with some pretty large fields here. We may want the hauling power of the Mack to run grain and whatnot for us. So we'll likely hang on to that. I can't see myself using or needing this flat deck, so we may see what we can get for this. I just don't see us using it. I could see more of it like something to transport crops, for example, or the harvest at least. But anyway, so then with the farm, we also picked up this animal hauler here. So that's going to come in handy. And we picked up this bale trailer. That will also come in handy. So that's all we got. So if you can imagine, I have, so just in regards to cows, I have no way to bale up grass. We're going to do silage for the cows. I have no way to, and it'll be bales. I have no way to bale up straw from the wheat fields. So I need a baler. I'm going to need probably a wrapper. I'm going to need potentially a windrow. Actually, I don't need a windrow because that mower that we have puts everything into rows for us, which is great. So I do need that. I will need a harvester. I don't really have a trailer right now. The only thing to cart, all I have is this basically. And I want to say this holds like 3,000 liters. So I can't fill this every 3,000 liters and then send it down to the store while I'm harvesting sugar beets. So that ain't going to work. So we're going to need a trailer. As much as I love the Fiat, I'm going to need a more substantial tractor. Now, somebody made a comment when I mentioned I was going to be going to Saxlingham that I should be looking at utilizing more British or UK vehicles. So I have kind of been looking at a number of different vehicles that we could put into the farm. The funny thing is, no matter what you Google and say, can I, find a whatever in the UK, Google seems to think that you can buy everything over here or over there or whatever. I won't be too particular, but I will I think you'll be very happy with the first purchase. It will be very much UK. And if you want to go ahead and guess right now, go for it. But you'll see it soon because we're going to have to go spend some money. Okay, so let's do something quickly before we go to the store and sign our lives away. Let's go check our fields quickly. So I showed you the sugar beet field. Let's go check out the grass fields. I have a sneaking suspicion that they could be ready to mow, at which point we can get a start on some food stocks for some animals. Okay, this road is sick. There's a jump on it. All right, so this is grass field number 1, numero uno, right here. 3.75 acres of luscious grass that is ready to cut. So that's good. Yeah, it's fun having $891,000 in your bank, but man, that's going to go fast. Like the tractor I'm looking at is $200,000. A baler, I mean, well, we could get, I guess I could go baler and square bale wrapper maybe. I don't know, we'll have to figure that out, but the balers will run any number of dollars. This one's a bigger field. Almost twice the size, 6.8 acres, and she's ready to mow. I may not keep both of these fields though. Like I may keep this field at 6.8 acres. This is like a $200 some odd thousand field. The other field I want to say is like 120 or something like that. But I might sell the other field actually, to be honest with you. I don't know how many cows would we need to not be able to feed them with almost 7 acres of grass. Plus we're going to get, multiple cuts per year. It just seems like that's probably enough grass. So we're in a decent, while we are arse deep in, we'll be arse deep in sugar beets here soon. Let me know what you think of the title anyways. A little cheeky, but what do you think? So we got to get a tractor right now. We got to get a trailer because I'm not just going to cart with this. What should I do? Man, it'd be nice to have 2 trailers because I have 2 tractors and I could really just use one of the locals or 2 of the locals or whatever to run cart for me. We'll do a little bit of a juggling act here because the farmer's market or the sell point for sugar beets is actually where we signed the paperwork for our transaction here. So it's not a short drive by any means. Not really in the spot, but you know what? I'm about to spend some money, so I think I'm allowed to just park wherever I want, right? Oh my gosh, my first British experience. Well, here in Saxlingham anyways. Not totally, because we did spend a lot of time over in the UK already. Look at these things. Oh my gosh. Are we ever going to be able to afford this kind of stuff? And honestly, I don't even know what to do with this. Like, I know it picks up crops and turns it into like, I don't understand what the point is. Like, so if I have a field of corn, do I want to just chop it up and make silage out of it? Don't I want to keep it as corn and sell it as corn? Isn't that worth a bunch of money? I don't know. I've never really understood the rationale. I'm open to it, but because I think these things are really cool. But anyways, okay, enough lamenting. Is that the term? I'm going to go in, if I can find the door, and see what kind of deal I can cut here on our first purchases. Okay, this is going to be purchase number 1 here. Go figure, a JCB. So this is a Stevie edited mod, this JCB. It's in the medium tractor category. We're pushing 285 horsepower, which I think should be more than enough for some of the stuff that we're going to need to do for a while here. We do have a custom paint job. That is a Skoda graphite gray and a matte finish with black rims or near black rims and a custom orange seat treatment. So that looks pretty sweet. What I really wanted to do was get a black tractor, but this map is so dark so much of the time I've gone with this sort of lighter graphite color. So the question is, how do we pay for it? So I'm going to go talk to the finance people right now and figure out whether I'm going to pay cash for this thing or whether we're going to utilize one of 2 finance options they have. All right, so talking to their finance person, I think this is actually what we're going to go with. So this is a mod that was pointed out by one of our longtime subscribers and often commenter. Actually, I think he pretty much comments on every single video, which is fantastic, and they're always great conversation. So this is the hire, what is it called? Hire purchase, which essentially is like open-ended leasing, so commercial leasing. So I can basically set a down payment, of which I'm going to put a 20% down payment. I'm new to the country here, so even though I've been in the country, and I did just take a $2 million loan, but it was from a private lender. This is more of a commercial lender here. So they're going to require, as I use this mod, 20% down. That's just what I'm setting it at. Then I have an option to pick the amount of years that I want to take this for, up to 10. So I think we're going to take this for a year. Yeah, so 12 payments, and I think I'm going to do a $20,000 buyback. So at the end of the 12 payments, I'm going to have to make a $21,000 payment, but every month I'm going to make a 13. So my monthly payment is 13,000. So right now, out of my bank, I'll go 13 plus the 43.7 if I'm reading all of it right. And then at the very end, they're going to collect 21.8. At which point I will own the tractor after 12 months. Instead of $218,500, it's going to cost me like less than $4,000 to borrow this. I just want to make sure that I have some cash, and I think maybe this will help me with cash flow. I don't want to be doing this with everything, but this is a big purchase. All right, let's just go check this and make sure everything is cool with it, and then I'll go back in and look at the trailer and the equipment for the sugar beet harvest. Look at this beast. I like this, man. I don't really use these enough or ever. We're going to utilize this here out of respect for our surroundings. So hang tight. Let me go sort out the sugar beet stuff. There's something it's going to be about $100,000. I got something in mind. All right, so we're going to start with this is the piece that'll actually pull the sugar beets out of the ground, and then there's a $20,000 piece that goes on the front of the tractor that will enable us to take the foliage off. So this is it's a Grimmy tool. I'm going to upload or upgrade to it's a zero cost upgrade anyways for overloading. So it goes from 6,000 to 7,000 liter capacity. Slapped on the Michelins, again, no charge. We have a 10 kilometer an hour working speed. I'm not really going to mess with that too much. And then we'll keep the color the same. I kind of tempted to change the color, but you know what? I did ask them to put a wrap on it. It's like a matte wrap to protect the paint because I am going to buy this. I'm not going to lease it with the intention of returning because the amount of time it's going to take to do the field is going to be ridiculous. It's going to cost me a fortune. It's like $120,000 by the time I'm done, with the purchase. But by the time I sell all the sugar beets, I don't think I'm going to make $120,000. We're going to make quite a bit back. it will help me pay for this equipment, and then I'll have this equipment should there be a sugar beet contract that comes up in the area, or we get into sugar beets ourselves. Or I could potentially sell it again and, get some money out of it. So I think for now, I'm just going to purchase this thing out for cash. All right, here's the other half of the equation. We'll just put the same matte wrap on it. And we just bought that for cash. This thing should be more than capable of pulling this thing around the field. Oh, wow. Those are some bright reverse lights. So that is our sugar beet setup. So let me go back in. I'm just going to pull this up here. I'm going to see about a trailer. All right, I think we're going to try something here that I am hoping will work. So this is first of all, I don't want to break the bank right away. And I want to kind of get some stuff that we can handle here. So this is a small trailer, holds 10,000 liters. It has beets on the menu, so it does store beets or haul beets or whatever. Plus it has this auger arm on the side. When I started, I wanted to get a nice auger wagon, and then I could cart for the beets, dump into the tractor trailer, and then have that go down to the store, or perhaps a large trailer that was parked off to the side and they could take that to the store. But there's nothing that doesn't create, there's a mod I think that turns all the auger wagons into beet cutters. And you get a sugar beet cut, which I'm not really looking for sugar beet cut. I'm going to see, hopefully this works. If not, I'm going to have myself a nice little 10,000 liter trailer. It's only $7,700, so it's not like we're spending a ton of money here. Oh, and I don't know, I can just go with the standard, like $6,200, and that's only because I painted the rims gray. So this is a great little trailer. The Unimog should handle it. I believe I have a hitch that'll work for that, hopefully. Otherwise, I'll put this behind the Ford, and we should work with that. So what I think I'm going to do is get this, and maybe not necessarily for the Mac, but I think I'll get myself a bigger trailer, like something that holds maybe 30,000 liters or more, and then that can run back and forth to the store while I cart with this for the worker that's going to be running the harvester. Let's hope that works. So let's buy this. Okay, as luck would have it, I literally just popped in here to take a quick look, and this is the only tipper trailer that I've seen in there. So this does hold more, but this can be an auger wagon too. I've never seen this before. Okay, well, let's not worry about that for now because I didn't see that. So this will only hold 18,000 liters, but maybe we'll be okay with that. All right, and there's no other real customizations for this. I can change the color of the sidewall, but really, why bother? All right, well, this is going to hold 18,500 liters. And like I said, it was on sale. So you do the math. I've got one Unimog and two trailers here. So let's do this. We're going to yeah. I don't know if I have the right hitch on this. Okay, that'll work. So what I think we'll do is we'll keep this parked off to the side of the field. We'll have a worker sitting in this. I think that should give us like 21,000 liters capacity. And then we'll have another tractor that will run the other trailer back and forth from the harvester to the Unimog. And we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to run in and see if I can get a worker to help me with the harvest here. And we'll get set up and see what happens. Anyways, this will be my first sugar beet harvest other than in a bit of testing to see just how painful it was going to be. So yeah, all right. Anyways, I think I'm going to run this back first, then we'll see if we can get a worker, and but I'll come back probably with the Ford or the Fiat maybe. Whew, I feel like we're getting right down to business here. All right, I already got a worker parked off to the side of the field waiting to begin carting beets down to the store, so that is good. They should be just up here on the left. Hopefully they didn't just steal my Unimog. They seem trustworthy. We're going to run the old Ford here to cart for the harvester, and hopefully this works. I can't see why this shouldn't be able to. Well, okay, here's the only reason I may run into a challenge. If the auger that's on that trailer doesn't feed the beets into these other trailers for the Unimog, that could be a little bit of an issue because I do need to get the beets in there in order for this guy to be able to head down there. Yeah, he's just chilling. I'm just paying him to sit around and do nothing, but that's fine. I don't mind. I got lots of money. But yeah, I guess really that's my only issue. One, can I pull the trailer with this, which I can't see why not. Two, will that auger actually transfer the beets from the harvester to that trailer, so, or from this trailer up here to the other trailer. So let's see how that goes. So first of all, hopefully this tows this. I can't see why this wouldn't. I think I'm gonna like the crap out of this this Ford. It's very nice. Okay, so okay, well, let me go ahead and talk to the store. Let's see if they got a worker that I can get going here, and then yeah, I'll see you in the field. All right, we have somebody out there working in the field now, which is good. We've got our other person waiting to take stuff down to the farmer's market. Yeah, I mean, things are kind of working. So the question is, how far around this headland this guy's going to get before he fills up to the 7,000 liter capacity in this sugar beet harvester. So we're going to, oh my gosh, we're going to play follow the leader a little bit here. And when we have an opportunity to try to empty this guy, we're going to do our best to do so. Got my lights on, I got my four ways flashing. And we are away to the races here in Saxlingham with the first ever sugar beet harvest on this channel, if anybody's keeping track. Okay, so if I remember correctly, this thing comes out and then you got to get underneath it. Look, it already almost has a full tank. They barely got around. This could be a bit of a nightmare, folks. Yeah, I'm going to be doing non-stop running here. So look at this. So the sugar beet harvester has a 7,000 liter capacity. I have a 10,000 liter capacity. We haven't even made it around one headland yet. I'm almost full. Yeah, we're going to be doing some running here, man. Okay, I got to go and try to put this into, I guess we're taking the long way around here. I'm going to try to put this into the Unimog, and hopefully this thing works. And then I've instructed that driver to wait for me until we get the Unimog and his trailer full, at which point he can go and sell the material. Hopefully this works. We're about to find out anyways. And then we'll see what kind of dollars this will generate for us today. I don't know how much money we're going to make off of that field. I hope it's a ton. Okay, this is sketchy. Okay, I mean, that looks like it's working. So that should be about 3,000 liters there. I should probably get somebody in here if I'm going to be working this field like this to flatten out that loading area. There's a bit of a rise there that is going to become a bit of a problem for me. I guess I don't really have to worry about running into the neighbors' fields because those look like substantially withered crops. Haha. Janky as all get up, but it's working. No clangers yet. Oh, we got a full tank. Okay, well, you know what? The next time I do this, it's not going to take me nearly as much. So I can see how there'll be a bit of a challenge when it comes time to... So when that Unimog runs down to the farmer's market to sell those sugar beets, we're going to be sitting idle maybe a little bit, waiting for them to come back. At which point, yikes! I don't know whether we'll have to determine what we want to do because so we could do two things. We could get another one of these trailers and run them in tandem behind the Ford. Tandem? Is it tandem when they're in front of each other like that? All right, I've learned my lesson. Let me get out of the way here. We could get another trailer and have another worker in staging over there waiting to collect sugar beets from us to take down to the store. Or we could just be patient and, if we got to wait around a little bit, we got to wait around. I'm not opposed to investing in more stuff because, I mean, while right now we don't have, we're a beet field here. Like we got our sugar beet field, we have our wheat fields, and we have grass. So the amount of carting we're going to have to do and be creative is not a lot at the beginning. We could get crazy, sell our grass field, of course, after we mow it, and then have a look around and see if maybe there's another sugar beet field ready to harvest. Depends on how traumatizing this is, whether we get another one. Oh, that's going to kill us right now. But, that's thinking a little bit ahead maybe. So I don't know, we got some thinking to do. I have a feeling this first episode here is going to be a little bit jumbled in that, we effectively landed on the map, super brief introduction, spent a ton of money with our initial sort of loan money came in, and now we're in the fields, right? So a little bit jumbled here, but that's okay. Everything is just a little bit short. Oh, let's see if I can get turned around here. That's not going to work, obviously, what I'm trying to do right there. I think once the harvester gets a second pass, I'll have a little bit more room on the field to be able to kind of set myself up to load. Right now I'm just worried about destroying precious sugar beets. And at least when I do it here, it's really tilting me. Well, that's not going to fit, is it? Oh, that's going to work. Farm sim physics. Hello. Okay, so the worker has filled up in the worst possible spot right there in the corner, of course. Why couldn't they just make the corner first? I don't believe I can get in through these bushes, can I? I may have to cut some bushes at some point. Oh, those are full-on trees. Those aren't just bushes. Alright, so I'm going to go run all the way around the field so I can unload this person who is literally right there. It's quite a nice drive all the way around. Jeez. Here's the cool thing about what we're doing right now, finally. Okay, so first of all, I learned my lesson in Poland. I'm not going to be taking anybody's ex-wife out for coffee. Nobody's going to be hooking me up with their sister. If anything, the only place I'm going to meet any girls is at the bowling alley, because that's always safe. That and the internet, of course. So we've learned our lesson there. This is all ours. So everything we have, we own now. Short of, obviously, we got a third-party loan and we're leasing a little bit. But that's not a bad thing. I mean, basically every dollar we put into our farm here, that's ours, right? This is all part of our future bankroll. I mean, ultimately, we'd kind of like to get back to Canada, I think, is kind of one of the thoughts. So the better decisions we make, the better we do investing our money here, all of that stuff's going to help our goal. And what a great place to do it too, right? I mean, this is such a beautiful area. The map looks like it's a fantastic map, so it'll be fun plugging away here to see if we can keep ourselves from getting absolutely destroyed by the financial pressures. All right, just checking in a little ways down the road here. We are continuing to plug on 7,000 liters. Okay, well, we could probably line ourselves up and get maybe empty in here. I think we're just probably... okay, I was about to say we were probably about to start on the up and downs. Maybe that's what's going on right now. Unfortunately, my driver there doing the harvesting hasn't been communicating a lot, so I've just been sort of waiting for the notifications to say that she's full, and I've been emptying her. But and at the same time, I don't know if you can see way on the far end of the field there, I've got so I've now gone and employed a second runner for us. We'll go over and look at that in a second here. Let me just see if I can get this emptied. Really just trying to figure out a way to keep this running as smooth as possible. So we don't have anything stalling here. And that should I don't know whether this is going to get us to the 10,000. Yeah, it will. Okay, so there we go. We're full. So can I sneak by? Here, we'll go empty this and I'll show you what else we got set up here. I purchased another trailer just so we could keep this show on the road. Yeah, it was definitely not working where I had to wait for whoever the was over here in the I think it was in the Unimog. I just couldn't wait for them to go all the way down to the farmers market and back. I kept we were getting hung up, so it seems to be working well with the two tractors there now, and then myself just literally running back and forth. This thing fills up really quickly. I'd like to maybe check to see if there's another forge. I know there's a very large. Oh, I don't mind the odd time where I've just literally driven right through the sugar beets. But I think actually, sorry, I think this was the worker, but I believe there's still sugar beets that can be pulled up here. It's just they've been the tops have been taken off them. Yeah, so I have the first trailer with the Unimog and a young lady driving that for me, and then I've now got the Fiat with really another one of these trailers, but I don't believe it's got the auger arms. I think it's just another one of these trailers. Relatively inexpensive, which is important when you're a ghetto farmer like myself. But yeah, so definitely doing a lot of thinking as I've been running around here, and I almost wonder whether it's worth checking. So we have, like I mentioned, a couple of grass fields, and they're both ready to mow. And then we have our, oh look, I almost have a full tank again. And then we have the 2 wheat fields, which are, those aren't going anywhere. But I almost wonder if it's worth taking a look at the market to see if one of those grass fields, like I mentioned, we may not have it forever. If I sold off one of those grass fields and then maybe use that cash to see if there was another, I can't believe I'm even saying another sugar beet field, but I wonder if there's something else out there that we could potentially pick up. And because this really hasn't been that bad as far as, this is time consuming and there's a lot of work involved, but it is farming, right? So this hasn't really been that bad of an experience harvesting this field. And now I own the harvester and the defoliator or whatever it's called. So maybe it's worth putting that stuff to work with another field. And I seem to recall there being something relatively close to here as far as another field. There's a couple field. I think there was a field that was like, $1 million. So we definitely can't buy that, but maybe we should look at something else. And then, okay, actually, so there's the other thing. How much money are we making? I'll show you that in a second here. All right, so we'll just get this set up here, and then we'll go in and we'll see what the harvest income is. So far, we've made $17,400. So, it must be full. So the next one's pulling into place. Yeah, so $17,400. I think we're making, $3,500 per trip or something like that. And we're only, on the headlands. So is this a 40,000, 20? Could it be a $50,000 harvest maybe? That doesn't go to nearly cover the 404 or 450 that we paid for the field, but it's good. So yeah, I think this is probably the last headland before we see the up and downs. I believe I set it up for 4 headlands in the hopes that we wouldn't get hung up on either end of the field. So wait for it to go up, then swing in, engage cruise control, and we're good to go. So as is typical with my recording schedule and life and all the rest of the stuff, I want to say that I started recording this episode like a week ago, and now I'm coming back into it. And I also, did I start recording it after the last patch? I think I did, so we should probably have been through all the glitches that came with that. But anyways, yeah. So it's definitely taking me some time to be able to get through this. But man, I can't tell you, there's not a day that I didn't want to come back on here and keep things rolling. Yeah, I'm enjoying just the scenery on this map. We'll see what we think about sugar beets when this is done, but it's quite non-stop back and forth here. Almost, I could road train 2 of these auger wagons maybe, and maybe that would speed up our. Well, no, because then I'd have to tow 2 of these auger wagons back over here to the drop off. But anyways, I think the Unimog just emptied the small portion. I got $666 in harvest income just a second ago, and 32. So we're getting almost $4,000 from what the Unimog is dropping off. Oh, this person's coming back this way. You know what I didn't do is I'm realizing I'm not getting any environmental bonus because I've yet to purchase the field data. So we're going to have to get a hold of that company. There's a company in town and a couple of local blokes that will come by and scan our land so we can get an idea what the makeup of our fields are. Oh, this is going to be a problem. Let's hope this person doesn't fill up. Otherwise, yeah, shoot. I'm going to end up running over some of the sugar beets, I think, to empty this person. And I doubt they're going to pull out to let me fill up. Yeah, shoot. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's not ideal, but let's just... See, I could put some skinnies on my tractor, but I don't think I can put them on the trailer, so we're sort of no matter what going to be running over some stuff here. Alright, so I don't know how to avoid this other than maybe just going forwards. Oh, why didn't I destroy any crops? Crop destruction is on. Is there no crop destruction for sugar beets? Huh, okay. I didn't realize that. Is that true? Or am I just, is something wrong? But yeah, look, nothing's being destroyed, so that's good news. So we'll just slide up here and grab ourselves some more beets. Oh, here comes our other driver. Alright, yeah, give me this. Don't be shy. Yeah, so anyways, we gotta get those guys in to scan our fields. Uh-oh. This is not gonna go well, is it? Let's get out of the way. Let's just get the heck out of the way. We'll put what little we can into this into the Fiat's trailer here, because that driver is basically ready to go. This is going to take nothing, and they're going to take off. Yep, there they go. Next. All right, so if you look at it, these are our two grass fields. We have one right here that we can mow the lawn, take the bales off so we can start stockpiling for our cows. It's worth $200,000 and it's 8 acres. 8 acres of grass might be more than we need for now anyways, but let's see. This one is 5 acres. 5 acres is still a big field, and it's 123,000, almost 124. So there's like a $75,000 difference in market value between these two pieces of land. But we have a sugar beet field down here we could maybe purchase at $321,000. Good God. So really that'd be, if we sold this grass, that would be a $200,000 investment for us, really. We would mow, so February's, it's all February, right? Yeah, sugar beets have to be out of the ground this month. Well, it's the first day of February, so if I can get so if we were going to do something and I could get my land harvested and then mow the grass, well, we don't have to mow the grass right away because we have enough cash to be able to purchase, like, let's say it was this piece of land here, for example, at $321,000, then we could be okay. What's this? So that's 13 acres. We have 15 acres for 50 grand more, $373,000. We have another sugar beet field over here, $428,000. But then this one also comes with what potentially could be some woods. And it's not too far from where we are, so that's not horrible. Way over in the other end of town, there's another one there. Yeah, we can't spend $800,000 on 33 acres. So I guess if we were going to do something, I'd have to check it out, but perhaps this one makes the most sense at $321,000 for 13 acres. So it's like a $200,000 spend for us over and once we sell our piece of land, but we are going to get all the bales off of it. So that would have to be something that happens in this month. Thankfully, we don't really have anything else to do, so I don't know. We could see how that goes. So, anyways, I'm going to dig into this. Obviously, this person's going to be high maintenance here, and then we'll check back in when we've got some real progress here. All right, and progress we are making. We are in this last final section here. Finally, have I gotten any better at this? I don't know. Well, let's catch up here. We'll talk about what's been going on here. All right, there we go. So very few glitches. I gotta say this JCB and in conjunction with I'm full. Okay, combined with those grimy tools has been pretty good. I mean, it's a 3 meter working width, so it's not, super fast in how quickly we're picking things up. But anyways, it's the workers can use it fine. The tractor pulls it well. The tractor looks good. So yeah, I like it. Definitely need to do a bunch of headlands because it needs quite a bit of space to turn around. And then over here, these guys have been doing fantastic. I will empty into the front trailer there, and I'll show you kind of where we're at for income. Just carefully. In hindsight, when I was like, oh, maybe I should smooth this out, blah blah blah, whatever. This has actually worked pretty well because it gets the output there nice and high. Where when I was on the field side, I couldn't get it high enough, and it wasn't allowing me to dump these into there. So it's actually worked out pretty good in the end. All right, in regards to finances. I paid almost $14,000 in wages to do the easy work of driving back and forth. And then we've made almost, so 62, almost, I mean, I don't think we'll make 60, I don't think we'll make 70,000, but actually we might, maybe we'll make 70 because these guys are making like $3,000 a load. There's got to be a couple more. Yeah, well, we should be over 70. So it's not the 450 that we paid for all this property, but it is pretty good money. And this is not even high season. We're selling at about $20 per 1,000 liters less than what we should be able to get. And all the digging, I think I have definitely determined that there's no crop destruction on sugar beets. There can't be. I have crop destruction turned on. I know I destroyed some crops elsewhere, so I know crop destruction is working. But for whatever reason on sugar beets, maybe it's just indestructible, which is okay by me. It's one more thing pushing me towards thinking sugar beets. I mentioned that I was going to take a look and see maybe what other sugar beet field opportunities there might be right away to try to, increase our land portfolio and put this equipment to work. I don't know what I'm thinking about that. Not really sold on that idea right now. It'd be different if I had something close, maybe. Also, it'd be different if I knew that I had a larger auger wagon. I find this just fills up so fast, and by the time I run back over to the tractors, dump this, then I'm already getting called by the harvester again. So, and I do want to make a good decision as far as adding another field. But so now, in saying that, I started really feeling like maybe I wasn't making the best use of my time because all I was doing was running sugar beets back and forth between the harvester and these tractors over here. And I knew that we had a couple fields that I really thought we wanted to get mowed. So I did make a purchase. I will show you in a second. I couldn't help myself, actually. To me, it seemed like an absolute no-brainer. But maybe to you, it'll just seem like I have no brains. I guess we'll find out in a second. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But I mean, the local buyer here definitely does not disappoint. Great at searching out deals. So we picked up a pretty significant deal, I think. But again, I'll show you that in a second here. Let's just get this lady on her way. All right, see you later there. We'll go make me some money. All right, we'll just put it in here. All right, so while that's happening, let's go for a quick run. All right, here is the newest purchase. I couldn't help it. I think I'll put it up on the screen, but I think with the wheels, I don't think I have really many options I added to it. I think we came in around $23,000 or $25,000, something like that. I've seen this tractor come up a number of times on different maps, and I've never bought it. It's about 160 horsepower, and it's perfect for some of this kind of work. No front PTO or anything, so this will just be a puller for us. But anyways, I had it over here with a worker getting this field mowed. We'll just get it into our other field. Oh wait, there's a strip we got to do that. Okay, we'll rip this strip down the side here first. Then we'll go move it. Then we'll go back to our other field. Definitely doing some juggling. I'm getting notified that we have a full tank. I love the way this thing sounds. It sounds substantial. Very bright lights. So what I'll likely do, I don't have a baler. I don't have a bale wrapper. We're going to have to get that kind of stuff. I'll likely come in here after and get all this baled up. And then we have our telehandler, which is good, so we'll be able to use that to get all the bales picked up once we've made them. I think there's a bit more grass in the middle I got to hit here. The worker we had seems to have missed a little bit. Anyways, yeah, definitely happy about this. Oh, easy. Definitely happy about this tractor, and like something you would find in Europe, I guess. So I think it fits the farm. Yeah, I guess when I was thinking that I was going to be looking for an additional sugar beet field, I really started to feel like I needed to get a jump on this grass, because even though I could, the cash I have on hand, I could afford to purchase whatever was available. We do have, what was it, like $50,000 in loan and lease payments or something like that coming out at the beginning of every month. So I don't want to just spend all my money on land right now and then not, create a problem for myself. All right, let's get Sally on her way. Please don't miss anything, Sally. The future of our cows that we don't own yet relies heavily on what you do right now. All right, so Sally can do her thing there. We just made another $2,900. I will see you back at the other field. All right, let's get this folded up. So that's what's going on. Let me rip through the last little bit here. So I guess basically what I'm saying is I do not believe we're going to be purchasing another beet field. But if we did, we still have the second day of February to get the beets out of the ground. And then, I mean, if we're going to replant sugar beets, we have a couple of months after that, if I remember correctly. Not to mention by March, really planting season starts, and we could put in all number of things. I guess I can't even believe I'm saying these things are coming out of my mouth, but I definitely think that we should put in sugar beets somewhere. It's a reasonable money maker, I guess, but we did spend $120,000 on this harvester and defoliator or whatever it's called. So I do want to make sure that we get something out of it. Is that trailer squeaking? If it is, that's amazing. Yeah, anyways, I will see you when we're done this. And just like that, we are done our first full sugar beet field. First full harvest anyways, I guess. We've yet to plant sugar beets, but that will be coming. We'll empty what's left in here. We'll be able to empty the trailer on the back of the Ford, and then we can send this off to the farmer's market for one last delivery. And then I guess we'll get everything put away and tuck in for the rest of the day. I think what I'll do once as I destroy this thing, I think what we'll do once I got everything put away, I'll probably get online and see what's out there for baling and wrapping equipment, because we do now have 2 fields of cut grass to collect, and I want to get that stuff fermenting. So we'll have to see what. It's probably too late for the store now. 5:51. I think they close at 5, so I don't think we're doing any business there. But at least we can get on their website and see what they have listed. So that is one thing. You know what? Let's put this. No sense clogging up the main shed there with this. Let's put this over here. This is lesser used equipment. We're not going to be. We'll be using this JCB a lot. I can tell you that much. But I don't think we'll be using this beet harvester as much. Yeah, I definitely have been toying, as you could probably hear, with the thought of purchasing a beet field and just kind of getting to work there. But I think the more I think about it, probably the smart thing, which I'm not always known to do, would be to hold on to some cash. Those fields will be there again next season, or could be if things go well. I think dumping all that money into a piece of land that isn't necessarily going to immediately pay for itself is probably not the smartest idea. So we'll refrain from making a large purchase like that, I think. Yeah, because honestly, in the spring also, I'm going to need a harvester. I'll probably need a bigger carting trailer. I think what I might do also, let me know what you think, but I know there's a mod that turns all auger wagons into sugar beet cutters, I guess. Is that the right term for it? This thing probably can just go away. So Yeah, like, so we have the large, like the Kenzie auger wagons, that kind of stuff. And then basically when you empty it, it automatically converts your sugar beets to sugar beet cut. So is that something that happens in real life, I wonder? Where you take an auger wagon and it cuts the sugar beets for you? I don't know if that's realistic or not, or should I even care? The sugar beet cut gets you a little bit more money, so that's a good thing. Maybe we'll just slap that in there for now. And I wouldn't have this challenge of constantly filling up to 10,000 liters on the current auger wagon, and having to constantly run back and forth to empty. So something to consider maybe, but right away we need to. Well, we're going to need to get some seeds in the ground here, but we're going to have to probably cultivate this. And I don't have anything in this. We're empty. So the Unimog has gone and delivered. Oh, so we just got to send this person. Let me just let them know that they should head to the store. Okay, so she's going to go do that for us and get rid of the last of the sugar beets, and then we'll check to see how much we actually made. Listen, if you don't mind just getting this back over to the barn and taking off, that would be fantastic. All right, sorry, I had to jump on a phone call quickly, but man, it is getting dark fast. So, yeah, okay, so she's going to go park that. I got to put a call in quick down to the other guy down at the farmer's market because he doesn't necessarily know where to go, and then we'll head back over to our yard. All right, so all in all, that's a pretty decent day, I guess. It's 6:30. It's pitch black. We harvested our first sugar beet field. We almost convinced ourselves to drop $400,000 on another field of sugar beets, but I'll struggle with this decision probably over and over again, and then we'll see what the next episode brings. I know what the next episode definitely should bring. Will be getting food set up for our future cows. Possibly even buying some cows. I mean, if I can buy some straw bales from maybe from one of the local farmers, then we'd have some bedding. Oh, we gotta get some lights over here. It's dark. Not the most inviting farmyard. And if it's gonna be this dark here, then yeah, we probably want to invest in some lighting. But yeah, I imagine if I contacted one of the local farmers, I could probably buy some straw bales, and then maybe we could pick up, a dozen cows or something like that to get our dairy production rolling. When I say dairy production, we're going to be selling milk, basically. So hopefully we don't wake up to snow on the ground. So I guess our shopping list for the next day, or as we roll into March even, is going to be getting that grass picked up. We got to do something with this beet field. Likely we got to cultivate it. I'd like to expand it a bit. I can see a few places where we may even take out a fence, and then we could potentially even take out a couple trees, to be honest with you, and then we could maybe get that field expanded for more sugar beet action. That's really what we want, right? More sugar beets. I think I've been playing too much Hunter Call of the Wild. When I see that, I think trophies. We have to start keeping our eyes open for a used harvester. I don't really want to drop all the money for a brand new one, but I guess in the end, like we always say, if we don't have a choice, we kind of have to get something because we have wheat fields that are going to be coming up. I don't know when wheat is. Wheat's like further into the summer, I think, isn't it? I can't remember, to be honest with you, but anyways, it doesn't matter. If we're going to offload one of the grass fields, perhaps we want to put in. Or if we're not going to unload one of the grass fields, maybe we want to put in some kind of a crop other than grass. We'll have to sort of think about that. This guy should be coming any minute here. I just want to make sure they get back safe before I head inside. I think I see some lights now. Just give them a little flash so they know where they're going. I mean, she should probably know where to park that because it's pretty much where she picked it up. But anyways, who knows? So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what kind of deals we can come up with. Hopefully, there's one or two of them that help us build out our equipment here on Saxlingham as we hopefully have a successful farm here and I don't go bankrupt. We've got to watch and see what kind of payments come out. That'll be a bit of a could be a bit of a pain for us, I think, but anyways, we'll see. So anyways, yeah, guys, let me know what you think about the starting here. action packed. I don't know, but I don't think this is going to be, super action packed series where a ton of stuff happens every day. I think we're just going to enjoy our farm life here in the UK and do our best. That's all we can do is do our best. All right, so thanks so much, guys. Take it easy, and I will see you later.